Ndugu zangu watu wa Kalou bado sherehe inaendelea. You know guys, Kikuyus have songs for every occasion. Kwa maana tunacheza nyimbo ya Kamande wa Kioi. And I want to remind William Samoei Ruto, if Kikuyus defied their Mudhamaki in 2022, the son of Jomo, then who are you to demand for votes from them? These are the guys who had the audacity of defying the colonial settlers in the name of Mau Mau. Okay? And they staged resistance. So then who are you? Unakuja unakuwa so salty. And speaking of salty, Eden Duale, I saw you yesterday on Twitter. You and Makau Mutua saying, you know, it was nothing. I know Eden Duale inakuuma sana. And I want to officially declare, I don't know about Garissa, Wajir, Mandera. Isiolo, Tana River, Marsabit is gone. For your information, Isiolo is now Mount Kenya North. Hata kwa wale watu wanalipa pay bill ya stima, tulikuwa tunakuwa identified kama Mount Kenya North. So sahau kura za hizi county 3. Okay? Hii inaitwa generational kukula fair Kenyans. Can you imagine? Hii hata ni talking stage. You know, ukienda Rorashio ya Wakikuyu, unabeba ile tanki ya maji ya black. That is like the gold standard. Tell me this is a talking stage. Umekula 1.1 billion ya mtu na bado unampigia simu unamwambia, unakam. This was a perfect case of intergenerational kukula fair. And Kikuyus did not request for this, William Samoei Ruto. You are the one who took everything to them. And I saw this guy called Geoffrey Ruku saying, hata hatutaki kura ya Kalou. No problem. If you guys will call me sycophant by really loving and supporting what Kikuyus are doing, I will even go to a level of being called a bootlicker. I have never seen a community practicing their sense of democracy and representation like what wa Mulima have done. They are not faced by anything. Na maafisa wa polisi munafaa kucelebrate pia. For the first time, you guys were upgraded from Mahindra and Land Cruiser cars to Prado for the first time. Na maafisa wa polisi na ghouls walikuwa naendesha, you know, walikuwa natumia Prado, you know, to cause chaos. Ndugu zangu wa Jaluo, I think marking scheme iliwapita hapo. And I want to ask watu wa Kalou, if you can cool a fair from a member of parliament seat 1.1 billion, I'm just curious, how much are you guys going to demand from gubernatorial, senatorial, women rep, and presidential itself? Na kuambia ndugu zangu wa Somali, wa Jaluo, wa Kale, gone are the days ya kuitisha 500. The bar has been raised very high. The minimum you can demand from your politician akileta mambo ya corruption is 20,000 Kenya shillings per all Kalou election. My goodness, this was absolute cinema. And Kenyans, I just want to tell you one thing here. Hii mambo ya kusema Kikuyus are tribal, it will end. Okay? These guys have suffered. Hata wao wameumia. And if you are saying, you know, they have representation, unajua wako na leaders and everything, why is it that we are not accounting the same way the Kikuyus are accounting for their leaders here? Do you know the ultimatum unapewa huko? Like for my case in Northern Kenya, politician akikufa, they will pick a relative, they will pick a son, like they did for Ngondo Were, like they did for MP for Banisa. In Central Kenya, your dad serving in member of parliament does not warrant you to become or to inherit the seat. They can literally pick anywhere from any place and they come and empower you. Kenyans, hii marking scheme, we need to borrow from our Mulima brothers. And their vocation, by the way, even for those of you, amujui hii kitu inafuatiliwa aje, I will urge you to go and listen to the songs of Makibi James, De Matthew, you know, Kamaru, and other guys there. You are going to learn. Kikuyus are well planned on what they do. And if a politician gives you money, chukua pesa and vote with your consciousness. That is it. Piga na consciousness yako. Because nobody is going to hold you accountable. Hakuna mtu atajua kama ulipigia kura mtu fulani. My goodness. Yes, but watu wa Central Kenya, we are so proud of you. I'm telling you, there will be a mass exodus to DCP. But do not be deceived. Eden Duale, ulikuwa unasikia uchungu sana jana usiku. I was seeing your Twitter. We won 9 out of 10. UDA is still leading. I want to tell you, hii marking scheme imetolewa Kalou. I'm so afraid other regions are going to adopt. Other regions will adopt. Kiambu will follow. Laikipia will follow. Nakuru will follow. Hii mambo ya kuja kutuambia 2 term imeisha. And I want to remind Kenyans, whoever is going to target Kikuyus and making these things tribal, they've always done that. Munaangalia sentiment kila mahali. Kikuyus here and there, Kikuyus wanaiba, wao ni wezi. Even if you call them thieves, at least they have the consciousness of dealing with their leaders. Okay? We don't have that for the rest of Kenya. We don't have that. Especially northern Kenya, everybody is in alliance. Kila mtu ana support William Samoei Ruto. Watu wa Garissa, Wajir, Mandera, Isiolo, Marsabit, Tana River, you really need to borrow heavily. You know, there is tribal politics. Kikuyus wako na tribes, wako na everything. But when they get fed up with you, they will be fed up with you for good. And I want to remind William Samoei Ruto, Eden Duale will be number one reason for you to lose in northern Kenya. Sita kudanganya. Eden Barre Duale will cost you in northern Kenya. Continue bringing those advisors. You think they are assets, but they are liabilities. Wa Kenya, we really need to take time. We don't need akina Mutai Ngunyi. Tafuta tumutu wa Kalou and ask them, how did you protect your votes? How did you secure this? How did you pick up a guy from nowhere by the name Ngodo and you made him a member of parliament? How were you able to achieve all this despite billions of money being pumped into Kalou? The moment tutapata a good script on that, I'm telling you, we shall go far. Ati Kikuyus are voting dead people. No, they are committed. I saw an old mama jana akitolewa all the way from her home aende apige kura. Siri ni numbers, guys. Vote so overwhelmingly that the government will find it so difficult for them to rig numbers. Watu wa Kalou, Mungu awabariki sana na Wakenya tumakinike.
Yes, in 2027 Siri ni numbers. I'm not so worried about numbers because I know we have numbers. The united opposition has numbers. This is the truth. This is something that you cannot argue about. You know, the only thing that Ruto remains with, or rather, the only tactic that Ruto remains with right now is about dividing the united opposition. That's why we are calling on all the politicians who are now in united opposition to stay strong. The moment we see a politician in united opposition or in Linda Mwananchi saying that he's going alone, definitely we know that person has been given something and that person wants to protect the interest of President William Ruto. So right now we are very keen. We want to know who in united opposition, or rather in Linda Mwananchi, wants to go it alone or wants to do it alone. The moment that somebody comes out and say that he wants to go alone, we will mark that person because we know he is working for President William Ruto. So Kenyans, you know, the Kalou has given us new energy. The Kalou has spoken, and now I feel like there is new energy. Kenyans now feel like we can defeat this man. You know, tulikuwa tumeuziwa woga that this man is so undefeated, that nobody can dare defeat this man. This man knows this. This man knows everything. But Kalou, that was so embarrassing. That was so humiliating. We are so happy as the people of this country because we are so tired with these politicians. I've seen also today Senator Chesang has been chased away by Boda Boda guys in Kitale, and I am so happy to see that Kenyans are raising their standards. You know, in politics, we've been just going for anything that gives money, any person who gives money, we've been voting for that particular individual. But I like right now we are raising standards. Politics or political space is the only space in our country that we've not been having standards. It's just people coming in, going, you know, we've been electing thugs, socials, guys. But I like the fact that now we are realizing that our resources must be taken care of by good people, or it needs hands of good people, not just any other person, but a person who knows how to protect our resources and make good use of it to a point that it can benefit all the 50 or plus millions of Kenyans. So I like what is going on in our country. Matters politics. Kenyans are waking up. Things are falling apart for the regime, and this is so beautiful. You know, mimi nilisema I'm so open about my political stand. Mimi, I am for the people because I'm always up for good governance. Maybe I cannot say that I'm not, no. I'm always up for good governance because I know if this country gets good leadership, I will benefit, you will benefit, despite our tribal lines, despite everything. I know that good governance will get you what you want as a Kenyan will get me what I want as a Kenyan. At the end of the day, we are all going to benefit from good governance. So Kenyans, let's not stop from there. Those people who are still not yet registered as voters, please do so, because 2027 we are going to the ballot to make a strong political statement that is going to shake this country and it is going to shake the world. Allow me to end this video here for today. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.